guys, I'm here with Mr. David Cartwell. I know you guys hear me talk about him sometime. He's the plug to get the animals into Jamaica. We're at Cabra Ranch, and I just want you guys to kind of meet him personally. You can always call me, and I'll get you in contact with Mr. Cartwell so you guys can get your goats or get your sheep. So Mr. Cartwell, good to have you. Welcome.
So glad to finally, be able to meet Khalil and do a lot of work with Ray and Trudy. And it was kind of funny because it all started over I actually saw them on Facebook, and I called them and talked to them, and I ended up on their group chat, and was able to put together something. And so we actually have goats here now.
Yes.
Just brought in a shipment for a couple different people, 2 crates. And I was telling Khalil, we were able to come look at some of the product that we had down here, but these animals have all kitted now, and to be able to see that really just makes me kind of come full circle. And so, not only do we export the animals, we assist you with what we're doing, but we're here full circle. We're in Jamaica. We want to see you succeed. That's the main thing. I mean, if you can't do well post export, then you have no purpose for exporting. And so we're trying to put together support systems within Jamaica to help the producers that need help and assistance be able to do so. And so, enough for being able to be here, and we're glad to help anytime we can. So, thank you.
So guys, yeah, he doesn't only do live goats. You can see B&D genetics. You can get semen, embryos from him. So that's what we're here for. We're here to support you guys. I'm going to show you some of the animals that he brought in, saneens, so it's for milk purpose, right here at Cabra Ranch. So we talk.
How much you got? 2 weeks isolation?
21 days minimum.
Okay.
Or 28 days minimum, depending on, we have a disease in the United States in horses called vesicular stomatitis. And depending on if there's a case in a bordering state or not at the time, we have to do 28 days. If there is, we can do 21 if there's not. Really don't have that too much. Texas will be my only concern, even though I'm 5 hours away from Texas, but it clearly reads that if you're a bordering state, it really doesn't matter. My deal that I kind of do or whatever really is for 28 days regardless. I just figure on doing 28 days. I had these last ones for almost 40, but it just is what it is. We had to do some things and move some things around. So the testing that we have to do, we do tuberculosis testing, which my veterinarian, it's a caudal fold injection in the tail that they have to read. The other testing we have to do is brucellosis. We do not have brucellosis in our country, but we're still required to do that. We have to do CAE, caprine arthritic encephalitis testing now. They've changed that if they are over a year old. If they're under a year old, we do not have to test for that.
Okay.
We do leptospirosis testing, which really on some of these, we don't really see that in goats at all. Like, it's just not, we can get around it by doing 2 injections of lucomycin on the permit. The problem with that is you have to give the last one 48 hours prior to export. And because of that, we cannot, we'd have to do the last injection, and then we'd have to turn in documentation to USDA, and so trying to get that back in time sometimes before we leave to go to Miami is a problem. And I found that out the hard way. So we just test them. We don't have any problems. Let's see, blue tongue testing. That's really kind of the main concern Jamaica's had with blue tongue. We don't really have, depending on where we source the goats, time of year, blue tongue is transmitted through biting insects. It comes from our wild deer that we have. So wild deer, we have facilities and ways of kind of getting around that to protect them from that. That's one thing the permit says, that we have to protect them from vectors, which is going to be these biting flies, right? And so that's pretty much, we have a deworming protocol that we have to follow. We have an ectoparasite protocol where we do the drench, we do injections, ivermectin injection we can use. We use a product called Silence, which was a pour-on down the back. We do have to do that twice. They don't want to bring any ectoparasites into this country, obviously, that you don't have. So again, depending on time of year, really, some of those can be up or down. depending on where we source them from, I try to get, it's not trying, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to put more pressure on the American breeders to get these animals a lot cleaner. You know, I'm not supposed to clean up problems.
Right.
I'm supposed to quarantine, confirm their disease status for export. I'm not here to clean up problems. So, you know, these breeders know we're going to purchase them with the intentions of going to Jamaica. These are our standards we have to meet. These need to be done 2 to 3 weeks prior to we picking them up. You know, we pick up, and then we're ready to go into isolation. And so isolation really, again, is to confirm health status and also to catch any problems that you might have. So if you catch a problem, the animals cannot come.
Okay.
Because once we're on a timeline, we do not alter the timeline for 1 go, 2 go, 3 go.
Right.
We have 50 and 3 of them have a problem before we leave. They do not come. Plain and simple. And so I came this time to see everything. And like I was telling him, you know, the last shipment, I know a lot of I say I know a lot. I know 2 of the landing, Dr. Thompson, the landing officer, Dr. Stacy Jackson. And so if I'm able to get one of them, I usually can communicate with them through the process from leaving Miami to getting here. I mean, she sent me pictures when they got here of the crates coming off the planes. So we're fortunate enough that we have a good relationship with those people, and that they understand that, you know, we try to, you know, we do a good job. I mean,
right.
You do the best you can. I mean, things do happen. I mean, in everything. So that's it in a nutshell. There's a lot to it. But it's not that we don't want to send them. It's that we have to go through a veterinary inspection when they leave my facility. We have to go through another inspection in Miami, and then we have to pass the veterinary import here when we get here. So we have a pretty good standard as far as I think of sending the animals. We have a pretty good reputation as far as them being healthy when they arrive. The only issue that we really can see is, depending on, again, on time of year, is adjusting to the climate, adjusting to the changes. Some small things may come out within those first days or week of in quarantine. So it's nothing alarming. I mean, it's just things that can happen. You know, we always give it a long-lasting antibiotic injection prior to leaving my facility to go to Miami. So, you know, we're trying to prevent these problems that we're going to have in transit, but it's animals, it's goats. It's no different than me and you, me coming here all of a sudden getting sick. I mean,
right.
You know, it just is what it is. You have to understand that. We have to be able to work together, and communication is very key. It's very key to this. And so